Students, I hope you are able to listen to me and my voice is clear. I hope all of you are fine and studying at home and giving due time to your studies. Okay, last time we were going through this chapter, chapter number 5, and almost we had accomplished this work. I had given you some homework as well through the University software, but I think it was not posted. Let me post it. I had given you the homework and classwork through the University software, and this is also available now in your uh, Google Classroom. Okay, so these were the images and the pictures that we worked on last time. So I have posted them in your Google Classroom. Now, if we come to the chapter, so we will be able to see that we have done some homework that you are supposed to write the terminologies. Some terminologies are there that you are supposed to write in your notebooks. So this was the homework which was given to you. Okay. So what we are going to do, we have I think almost accomplished the lab activities because one more chapter is there that we need to complete afterwards. So we had gone through the lab activities over here. We have to see the question and answers of this chapter as well. Okay, so what are the different questions given over there? The MCQs, one question is there for the MCQs, and then the descriptive questions are there. So we are going to cover some portion today, of course, and I will upload this work in your university. Okay, last time I had uploaded your marks of the first monthly test and second monthly test in your Google Classroom, sorry, in your university. So, can anyone please tell me by checking in university that you are able to see the marks from there? Kindly, if anyone can please go and check and in through the exam section, in the exam section, go and check that whether you are able to see the marks or not. Please just check and then let me know. In the meanwhile, I am just stopping this screen share, and then I open the uh, classwork for you over here. Okay, you just check and then let me know. If you are able to see, then you will raise the hand and then you will let me know about it. In the meanwhile, just let me find one file to show you the question and answers that we have to do today. And of course, I will give you these questions in your university so that you can write in your notebooks. Okay, now please, can anyone please just raise the hand and let me know about it? Okay, so let me just put these marks in your. Yes, please. Did anyone check or not? Okay, what you have to do, you have to check this thing in your university, and you have to let me know that you are able to see your marks. Okay. So we move towards the today's work. What we are going to do today. I'm just going to give you a small piece of homework. I was trying to find out that particular file, and I have got that. We have to do the homework for this chapter, and when this question and answer is complete, so this work will be basically complete. So an important feature of HTML, we are now on MCQs. Important feature of HTML is the facility to play audio and video or both. We can play both the things in HTML. Okay. So in the choose the correct answer. Correct answer from the given options. Okay. So option for A, this is basically option number 3, that is both 1 and 2. Fine, both 1 and 2 is the answer. HTML helps you to create shapes, graphs, animations, all of them. We can do all these things over here because one tag is there with the name of marquee, in which you can make an animation of the text moving from left to right, just like we do in Flash. So animation is also possible in HTML. Okay, and you can make animation in HTML as well. Okay, which of these are container elements? Where we put the elements of the container, basically in HTML tag, in head tag, or in body tag. These they are container. Why we are calling them container? Because in HTML there will multiple tags inside it. In head there will be multiple tags inside it, just like style and all these things, cascade style sheets. In body we put multiple tags. So that tag which contains some other tags, that particular tag which contains some other tags is called a container tag, container element. So all of these is the basically option. Now, which of these elements contain the main content of the web page? Normally, it is there in the body. So, for option D, the answer is body, because mainly the main tags are there inside the body section. Okay. Number next question is that which of these has no off tag? Body, when we open the body tag, off tag is also there with it. Title also has got off tag, but break row is a single tag. It does not contain any off tag with it. So that's why break row is the answer. Dash provides the set of rules for displaying HTML elements. Which thing provides the set of rules to display the HTML elements? Head section or title or none of these? The rules for displaying. The rules are defined using cascade style sheets. So cascade style sheet is basically cascade style sheet. If you remember, we had written in our last work as well that whenever we need to define, let me show you over here what the work we have done. So just like when we inserted the in style sheets, if you go and if you open it with the notepad, we'll be able to see that. So styles are basically defined through the CSS. CSS stands for Cascade Style Sheet. Let me open it with the notepad. Okay, so basically this was the CSS text or CSS. So CSS Cascade Style Sheet, we mentioned this inside this style tag. We have discussed these all things. Okay, and I have also given these files to you through the Google Classroom. So this MCQs was about these style sheets. Now come to the next point. Next point is about in which of the following ways can CSS be incorporated in an HTML document? Using external style sheets, using inline style sheets, using embedded style sheets. Basically, we had seen the three procedures. All of these is the option. These are the three procedures given in your book, but we had learned only one, which is basically the embedded style sheets, in which we have got inside internal style sheets. But all other methods are also there. We did not implemented them in practical, but because these are not there in our chapter, but these are also the methods we had discussed about them. The property that specifies whether the background image is fixed or scrolls is background position, background repeat, background attachment. So we had seen this thing, it is basically the background attachment that we attach in order to fix the image as a background. Okay, so this is the question that you have to write in your notebooks for this chapter. Chapter is basically chapter number 9. chapter 9. I think it is chapter 10, sorry. Let me check the name of the chapter. Yeah, 9. Chapter 9, images, sorry. Introduction to HTML5. HTML5. Okay, so this is the work that write down in your notebooks. Okay, so you have to write down this work in your notebooks that I'm going to give you through the University. Now we come to the next question, which is question and answer. These are descriptive questions. The first question is, name the different types of HTML editors. Give one example of each type. Basically, HTML is edited in different types of software. Just like we can edit it in HTML in Notepad, we can edit it quite easily with the Notepad. Okay, so right now we are talking about the part A. I am discussing this part. Let me write the question over a descriptive question. Answer the following. Answer the following. Okay, so the two main types of HTML editors are what you see is what you get. WYSWYG. What you see is what you get. And this is called what you see, what you get. Okay, so this is the software like Dreamweaver. So in Dreamweaver, whatever we put over there in the Dreamweaver, so it gives us the code automatically. We don't write the code. So Dreamweaver, using Dreamweaver, making HTML document is comparatively easy. Okay. Example is Google Web Designer. Google Web Designer is also there. Okay. And the second one are called basically the text editor. So number one is HTML editor. Either it will be HTML editor or it will be a text editor. We can also save the file by editing it in the text editor. And text editor's example is Notepad. Notepad is not specifically designed for the HTML editing, but we can do HTML editing in Notepad. Why? Because we can save our file with any extension using Notepad. So we will type the file in the Notepad. Whatever the work we have done this work using Notepad. I hope this thing is clear. If someone has got any issue, kindly raise the hand. Please raise your hand and let me know. If you are facing any issue in understanding of any point, please raise the hand and let me know. Okay, let me mark the attendance over here. Okay, so we have got Adin to Maria, then Khadija. Okay. We come towards the next question. Next question is, what are HTML elements? So what are different HTML elements we need to elements? HTML elements are the building blocks of HTML document. They consist of these consist of opening and closing tags and content between them. These are basically called the HTML elements, which contains opening and closing tags, just like HTML start, HTML close. So we had seen this thing that when we right click on it and when we go and open it with the notepad. Okay, so over here you can see that opening and closing tags are there with it, and these opening and closing tags are basically the HTML elements. Fine. I hope now this thing is quite clear. We have discussed all these things, but we are now writing for our classwork and the homework. Okay. So this is the question number B. This is the question number A. Let me write the question for the question number A. Name the different types of HTML editors. Give one example of each type. Name the different types of HTML editors. Give one example of each type. Okay, fine. So these are the questions that I am going to give you today in your university, and you will write down in your notebooks. Now come towards the next question. Next question is, differentiate between container and empty elements. What is the difference between container and empty elements? These all are theoretical questions, so hence these can come in the tests and exams. Container and empty elements. The HTML elements that include both the on and off tags are called container elements, while those which do not require off tag are called empty elements. Can you give any example? Is there anyone who will give any example of it? Please raise the hand, because today I can see that the participation level is very less. No one is raising the hand, even I am asking the question. Please, can you raise the hand and let me know? Can you give any example? Should I call the name or will you raise the hand? Yes. Aisha Asif. Yes, anyone. Bilqis. Yes, please. Can you tell about it?
No, sir, I have no idea.
Do you have some idea which one is an element which is basically a container element and which one is the element which is basically an empty element? Can you give any example?
Sir, can you repeat?
Can you give any example which tag is pair tag, and can you give any example of a tag which is not a pair tag? It is used singularly.
Sir, BR.
BR for, it is used for
Sir, for uh, broke in iron.
break row. Okay, to enter the line, to enter a next line. Good. And any pair tag? A number of pair tags are there.
Sir, HTML body
HTML, body, title.
head.
Okay, good. Fine. Thank you. So the question over here is quite easy, that we have to write the elements which are container element, both on and off tag basically are called container elements. Fine. We can write over here like HTML. I'm just writing one example. And we can write over here empty tag like break row. This is an example of the empty tag. Okay. Fine. We move to the next question, question number D. Let me see over here the question. What does CSS mean? Sorry, D is what are the different values that the background repeat property can take? What are the different values? What are the different values that the background repeat property can take? What are the different values that a background property that the background repeat property can take? Okay. So if you remember, we have seen this thing in our chapter. The values that the background repeat property can take are repeat, repeat X, repeat Y, and no repeat. And what does it mean by repeat X and repeat Y? Basically over here, if you will go through the chapter, the statement is written about it that when we are supposed to repeat the image to X coordinate, then we are going to write repeat X. Similarly, Y coordinate and row repeat. And no repeat means when we don't want to repeat the background image and we want to have only one instance of one example of the image as background in our work. So then we are going to write no repeat. So basically these are the three options which are used with the background repeat property. Now we move towards the next question, which is what does CSS mean? What does it specify? CSS Cascade Style Sheet. What does CSS mean? And what does it specifies? So what does CSS mean and what does it specifies? CSS is basically the Cascade Style Sheet. We know about it. When we want to apply these styles to our work, we are going to use the CSS. Cascade style sheet is a style sheet that provides a set of style rules for displaying HTML elements. Set of styles or rules for displaying HTML elements in a web page. So this is the simplest and shortest answer for this question. Now come to the next one. Evaluate the WYSIWYG editors in making web design more popular, because it is easy. That's why we know that, where we don't need to write the tags over there. Evaluate the role of evaluate the role of what you see is what you get. Editors in making pages more popular. So these editors are, we know that this question deals with the interpretation of the functionality of this basically. So basically we know that this stands for what you see is what you get, is a good way to make people more comfortable with the web designing, because you just make the web design just like a word processor. You put the images, you set them, you change their position. So this is a convenient model for us. Okay, because the results are what you think they will be, quite easy, and they will be done with an ease and with a convenience. This model does not require the user to know a particular language, just like HTML. So you don't need to know the language, hence it is easy. So we can write it in a short manner. Without knowing the HTML tags or HTML language. So I think this is an easy and to the point answer for this question. Now, I think for today's work, I think this is enough, and let me give you the work in your homework section. Okay, for we are going for the chapter 9. Chapter 9 homework. I think I had given one homework before or not. If not, so yeah, one, I think one homework I had given you. So I'm going to give you only the MCQs and questions up to D. Fine. Okay. Up to D, these questions I have given you, and the rest we will give in the next class. Okay. I will upload it in the next class. There are no particular marks. Submission date is one day. You have to write in your notebooks. Okay. And one notification will be received. Please just check that you have received or not. You would have definitely received. Okay. Up to here, if you have got any question, please ask me because now our class time is over. Kindly, if you have got any question, just ask me. Okay, thank you so much, all of you.